Hey everybody, what's going on? So I am doing a voiceover today because I forgot to hit record, and everybody is seeing this today. The error 316 thing. I think I spent 4 hours today in the queue because of this. The only way to fix it that I saw was to leave the game and jump back in queue. So it happened to me twice. Sat in queue twice at like the height of the day. 90 minutes each time. So everybody's here for the shrines, so I'll just open up the map and show the shrines here. I think I left it here for a little bit so you can take a screenshot, pause it, do whatever you need to do to see which ones are missing, which ones you got. Because I know, like me, everybody's kind of just want to see, oh, that's the one I'm missing to complete this, so I'm gonna see where they are, get it, and go. Which I do not fault you for at all, but since the mighty algorithm rules all, I'll go ahead and leave up my running from shrine to shrine part of the video. I guess if people really want to see what path you need to take to get to whichever one, it'll be here for you to see. It's really not that hard. Nothing difficult is in the way. You don't have to go through anything special. It's really just knowing where it is, running to it, and clicking on it. The thing with this was the closer I got to finishing, the longer it seemed to take. So I streamed trying to get them all. I think I got to like 24, 28. And I just called it quits. I was like, alright, I need a break. I'm going to stop. And then like an hour or so later, I was like, you know what, fuck that. I'm coming back. I'm finishing it. So I ran around for about 2 more hours and finally found the rest of them. The last two were kind of hard. One of the last ones is in like a little divot in the snow. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but you'll see it here at the end.
I'm not ready yet.
I mean, other than that, I hope everybody's having a good time playing the game. I know feelings are kind of mixed on it. Some people have said it feels a little bit MMO-y. Some people have said they don't like the art style. I think D4 is going to have a lot of growing pains with people. For one, I kind of like the art style, the art direction. It's super dark, which I very much enjoy compared to the D3 style. I feel like they've toned down a lot of the mature stuff. I mean, I know D2 and D1 were just wild and free, and it seems like their maturity is just a little bit more on the gore side, and less like the nudity with like the demons and shit. So, I mean, that's nice to see. I would assume it's for the worldwide release reasons and all that stuff, because I know there's so many regulations whenever you go international and stuff. So if people want to see it, I'm sure there will be modders that'll mod it in. So far I've only played the Sork. I think tomorrow I'm going to be playing the Rogue. Sork kind of feels like it only has a couple viable like builds. Like, you can play everything, but not everything does a lot of good damage. Arclash, like you saw me highlight over there just a second, is really good. The only thing that sucks about it is its range. Like, the range on it is god-awful. So I'm taking a break. I usually don't talk this much, so my voice is gonna get raspy. You'll probably hear me cough and shit a couple times. But yeah, Arclash is really good. It does a lot of damage. It has that frontal cone. The other good primary, I think, is Frostbolt, if you're running like Blizzard and Frozen Orb. Frostbolt can spread Vuln from a target to a whole pack. Like if you Nova a pack and then you Frostbolt, you'll insta-Vuln all of them. Ice Blade is okay, but it's only like a single target, one Vuln thing, and it doesn't last very long. But if you Nova or Deep Freeze and then Frostbolt, you'll Vuln the whole pack. And they'll just start taking a shit ton of damage. I haven't tested the other signature skills, but Deep Freeze is really, really good, especially whenever you pair it with like Blizzard. Blizzard does a lot of damage to stuff that's frozen, so if you Blizzard before you Deep Freeze, you do a ton. Like you may see me, yeah, you saw me do it there on that. But what was I saying? Where was I tracked? Oh, the other build, Chain Lightning. Chain Lightning is super broken. It does a lot of damage, especially whenever you take the thing where it does increased damage if it bounces off of you. For single target, that makes Chain Lightning get a little bit more viable. Like, it's really good in packs. It does a little bit less single target unless you take that passive, but the fact that the legendary makes it bounce more, it does a ton. It'll melt packs.
I need time to prepare
I think whenever we get more passive points and we get to play with a little bit more of the builds, we'll see more variety come in. But as of right now, we're so limited with what we have that it's really hard to tell what things are gonna look like. We kind of just have the bare minimum to work with right now. Like right now, I imagine if I play anymore, I'm just gonna be looking for boots and gloves that give me passive points in whatever skills I want to run, like my my Frozen Orb or my Blizzard. I know that I've seen some mages say Hydra is super good, so like a Flame Hydra build will probably be really good. The enchantments are really interesting. I have a unique on right now that makes my basic make my core ability do up to 50% more damage, so like that's why I'm running Frozen Orb mostly, because I know that it gets buffed from my my Arc Lash or my Frostbolt. You also have the ability to enchant your Frozen Orb to wherever you use an ice ability. Like if I use Ice Barrier or Blizzard or something like that, I have a chance to throw a Frozen Orb out. And it can even proc off a Frozen Orb, so you can double up. I haven't tested to see if the damage bonus gets applied to that passive that goes out, but I know that it doesn't consume the passive if you throw the orb out with it. So that'll be something I'll have to look at tomorrow. Mostly I just wanted to get this video out so everybody could see where all the altars were. I'm sure there's going to be some people who want to know exactly where they are, and then whenever the game comes out, this will still be good. So I figured I would bite the bullet on my anxiety and just put this up here. And I didn't want to just leave 20 minutes of me running around like an idiot up, so figured I would bullshit around a little bit. Oh yeah, man. Super glad I got it finished. I wanted to pull my hair out towards the end, but we got there. Other than that, today was a pretty decent beta day. I know that anybody watching this has probably seen Quinn playing, or not playing today, I guess. That poor guy had so many issues today. Like, I had him on in the background and all. Every now and then I'd hear him fucking scream. I think he closed down his mouse software at some point today and had to restart his whole computer. He ended up back in like an hour-and-a-half long queue or some shit. Oh, it was awful. I felt bad for him. But that's great content anyways. But yeah, man, seems like a lot of people are enjoying it. I think as long as people come into this thinking
I'm not ready yet.
about having a good time and not just rushing through it, they'll have a good time with it. A lot of issues with games with a lot of people. It seems like nowadays everybody wants to rush towards end game as soon as possible, and that kind of it trivializes a lot of the effort of the game. It seems like. So, like, I didn't rush towards the end necessarily today, but I think I got to the end of Act 1 in about 4 hours, 4.5 hours. And I wasn't rushing or anything. I died a lot. I was doing everything on World Tier 2. so I'd run to a boss with this build. That's one thing about this ice build that sucks, is if you can't freeze the
I'm
boss,
not ready yet.
you're gonna get your ass beat. They have a little stagger bar under the bosses now, and cold does a lot of stagger damage, so that's like a burst window, but I feel like there's going to be something that this build will need for a high single target, and maybe that frozen orb unique that makes it explode twice would be better for me. I haven't gotten it yet, but that might do the trick. Whenever I was having that issue, I would just go to like the chain lightning spark build and just throw crackling energy everywhere, and it does really well. The chain lightning seems busted right now. So if you're looking for something super fun, lots of damage, try chain lightning out. I haven't tried hydras. I hear hydras are good. There's a good unique with hydras where you have extras. Yeah, I wish the respecs were free right now. They kind of, I think it costs like $3 grand every respec at max level, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I'm sure whenever the game fully releases and people have millions of gold, it'll be trivial, but right now it kind of sucks whenever you have nothing and you're trying to extract all the legendary stuff, upgrade all your armor and all that stuff. Oh yeah, man, the shrines are neat. I wanted to get this up there so people that were wanting to level a bunch of characters could kind of have that power creep with the alts they make. The other acts I have not seen. I have not looked into too much beta stuff at all. I got roped into pre-ordering this, so I figured I might as well just jump in and see what class I wanted to play for whenever it full released. But yeah, so far having a good time. I think Sork might be the play. We'll see how Rogue goes tomorrow. I'm not usually a barb dude, so always steer away from the barbs. Necro, I've never really liked a corpse explosion build. I think the only corpse explosion build that I've played that I liked in a game was PoE. I played like it was a weird cyclone detonate dead build. I'm not sure exactly. Like I'm a novice at PoE, so I just kind of look up guides and put in the gems that it tells you to. But it was fun. Like you literally just spin to win and threw corpses on the ground and blew them up. It was kind of fun. So if there's something like that with Necro, that might be kind of fun, where you create your own corpses and explode them. I don't like having to depend on killing stuff to get your burst, because it seems like a lot of the time your burst, you have trouble killing your first pack, and if you don't have that initial pack that's really good, your ramp is blown. Yeah, I think we're 14-15 minutes in right now. We only have a couple more left. I think I went back and got one shrine, or showed one shrine twice. So whoopsie. I really didn't have a layout planned for this. I kind of just went through and tried to keep track of which ones I was going to in a line. I think it was this one I came back to, actually, watching it now. Um, yeah, pretty simple. Once you have it in front of you, if you don't have a map in front of you, it's gonna be super awful. I saw on Reddit there was somebody that had like
That is not possible.
a beta interactive D4 map, so I may go up there and like add all the shrines to it tonight, because that could be very helpful for people if like the community collectively heat maps that for everybody. But yeah, man, I don't know, I'm excited. Hopefully this ends up well and the end game is pretty good. The one thing that kind of bugs me with the items is they all kind of look the same, because the border, like that weird white and silver border that they have on everything, makes everything kind of look the same, you know? Other than that, I'm pretty happy with like the new type of itemization. I'm sure it'll be better, but right now it feels super bare bones. Like boots will be like resist and move speed, and that's it, or resist, move speed, and a skill perk. I don't think their itemization that has like green number good, red number bad is very good for what they're trying to do, because it seems like a lot of the time, if you don't know what you're looking for, green number good could end up hurting your build. Like, say if you fall ass backwards into like +1 rank of whatever skill you're using, and you make your build like your passives go off of that piece, then you lose that piece, and all of a sudden you fuck up your whole tree. So I think that could kind of screw some people over, but
And out of mana.
that's one thing that hopefully they work on. Maybe find a better intuitive way to show which pieces could be better or are better. Because right now I think the green is only like if your DPS is higher or if your armor is higher, it shows green. It doesn't take into sorry, I'm taking drinks in between like sentences here because I'm running out of steam. I never talk this long. I am a mute in real life. I usually don't talk at all. I'm antisocial as shit. But yeah, I don't think it takes into account like your main stat, like what you're trying to stack. For mages, you're gonna want intelligence and willpower. Willpower seems really good because it will give you mana regen. It gives you a resource regen, so anybody who's using a resource build will want willpower. Probably. The build that I'm using right now has a little bit of help because the ice barrier is giving me mana regen. Flame barrier is good because it makes you immune and it gives you a heal, but I think ice barrier in the long run will be better because it lasts 3 times as long, plus you can get the time it lasts increased with the passive, and you can regenerate the damage you're going to absorb by doing damage to people. So ice barrier probably the play if you're going to be running a barrier. I know there's amulets that give you 1 point in all your defensive stuff, so most mages will probably run teleport and a barrier. So those amulets are definitely something to look out for. So that way you save 2 points. You save 2 passive points because you'll get teleport and your barrier baseline. And then you can just add your points in extra for cooldown reduction or whatever. But yeah, everybody, if you stuck around, I appreciate it. Listen to me ramble. I usually don't do this. This is kind of a new thing. I hope to get a couple more videos out. If I end up doing something that I feel like might be helpful, I'll toss it up. But yeah, feel free to use Use the comment section at your leisure. If you thought it was shit, tell me it was shit. It's fine. I'm sure it is. I'm not a talker. But yeah, man. Hope the screenshot at the beginning helped you and got your altars, and if you're hung around this long, I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys if there's the next one. Alright? Have a good night. Peace out.
I appreciate that.